Hello, Game Lab. Look at these little Avalon Rising minis that we have that are painted by Malev. Just painted them up and sent them to us.
It's neat. I wish there was a game we could use those with. I mean, that'd be neat.
This is when you cut to Avalon Rising launching 1 week from now.
1 week and 1 day.
Depending on how quickly Media Matt gets this edited.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's what we're here to talk about. I mean, we're being busy. It is a busy time here at Blacksite. And we have been very diligently preparing for our first ever Kickstarter, which if you watched the previous episodes of Game Lab, we talked about the reasons why we're going to experiment with it and the reasons why we want to try something different. And there's hundreds of people following the pre-launch page at this point.
Yeah.
At the time of this video, there's like 650 people following it, which feels pretty good. It's a number that I have no idea if it has any value at all or not. I mean, it's just impossible to know. We're used to doing pre-orders on our website as backroom events, as just straight pre-orders, as just straight product releases. That's what we've done for the last 7 years. We've never messed with any crowdfunding. And it's really been like such a departure for us and like such a different way of thinking, because it's like, yeah, like we have no idea what to expect. I mean, we could put this live and literally like 3 people back it.
And then it won't get made.
And it won't get made.
That's what crowdfunding does.
Which is so weird. Like, it's such a weird thing. And in some ways it's weird, but it's been kind of interesting for me to go through it as like a different sort of process. Because like we'll sit down and have these conversations and it's just like, well, none of this matters if it doesn't fund. Right? Like, we're like, oh yeah, we can do this and we can do that. And it's like, well, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, and there's also been some weird times here or there where someone will be like, well, what do you mean if it doesn't fund, it's not going to get made? And it's like, that's what crowdfunding is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Crowdfunding is hey, we have this idea, we need the money to justify getting over the line. Now, typically that would be with machinery or tooling or something. In this case, it is just straight up your design time. Like, there is an amount of time that you would need to allocate for this project to occur, and there is an amount of money that makes that time worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if not, it needs to be spent in other places.
Exactly. And that's the biggest thing is like, oh, well, like, why are we crowdfunding this? Well, A, it's because it's something I really want to make, but it's not something that the company would be able to just fund out of its own pocket, because my time and like the value that I bring to the business, just despite being a co-founder, is like all of the time I spend on layout and design and product development and all that. And if you know, it doesn't go to Avalon, it's going to go to the other projects that we'll be doing next year. And that's okay. You know, this is all just a big experiment. I started deep diving into how people advertise specifically for Kickstarters, and I've been trying to target ads to that kind of stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing at the end of the day, but I'm doing what apparently other people are doing. And, you know, we have pretty limited marketing dollars. And I say limited as in 0. We really don't have money for marketing at this company. We've never had money for marketing. It's not something that we typically, we run very limited ads and we work with a few influencers every now and then, but like, we don't have huge marketing dollars.
No, and it kind of confuses me whenever talks of marketing shows up, because like obviously we spend money on ads and things every month.
Yeah, it's not much though.
People are like, oh, what's your advertising budget for the year? Like 50, 60, 80, 100,000? And I'm like, where'd you guys get this money?
That's $100,000.
We started with $7,000 and bought a $6,995 laser. And every dollar we've spent since then has built off the back of that $5 extra.
Yeah, exactly.
And so this idea that like we would just have $100K of surplus cash to be thrown at things.
Yeah, look, and this is us just talking very plainly and openly. Yeah. Like that's just kind of the reality of like being a really small business. The big news today is that we are launching the Kickstarter on October 15th, I think. And that is a Tuesday, because apparently launching a Kickstarter on Tuesday is the best day of the week. And we figured, really for us, we're just like, let's just do what everyone else is doing kind of thing. Let's play the game that everyone is telling us we should be playing. And so this great Black Site Kickstarter experiment is going to kick off a week from now. If you haven't followed the page, make sure you do, because there's going to be some early bird deals. This is a completely different way of us releasing a product. So we are treating this as a pure crowdfunding exercise.
Which means things like early birds, means like first 24 hours. It means all these things that always get a little bit scuffed because we're having to make solutions work. It's all kind of built into the platform now.
Yeah, there might be some exclusive things, but we'll try and keep them pretty minimal. And it's the kind of thing that I always think, it's like, if you miss out on it, are you really going to be super bummed down the line if it's not available? I don't know. We have a funding goal in mind that you'll see when it launches, and it's most likely going to be launching at around 9 a.m. CST on Tuesday the 15th.
Because that's what the data says?
No, it's just the morning is the best time, I think, to launch it. And it's also the best time for us. And we'll probably be posting a lot between now and, the lead up to the launch. There's a lot of questions about, like, what are the rules like? What is this? What is that? And we're going to have all the information available day one, or as soon as we have it. We're still putting together the final touches on stuff. But yeah, I'm excited. I've been working really hard on it. I'd love to see it get funded and come to fruition, and just try it as a bit of an experiment and see. So if you are not following the Kickstarter page, make sure you do. We'll be sending out emails and posting a lot, but we'd love it if you could come and back it and kind of join us on this bit of a journey experiment thing.
Yeah.
We'll see. So Avalon Rising, our first tabletop RPG, 1 week from now.
Avalon Rising. Coming soon.